Hey everybody, Tech here, coming to you with another product review. Today we're going to be reviewing this limited edition white PS3 that is Japan import. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss out on future videos just like this. And let's begin. So, I've had a PS3 years ago when I was a kid. You know, everybody had them as a kid. And I really liked how they played and liked how they performed. There's different variations of the PS3. You got the PS3 original, which is what you're looking at now. You got the PS3 Slim, and you got the PS3 Super Slim. They all do very good, but I just like the original ones better because of the look, and they just, you know, go well with my setup. I also have the white PS4 to go with that, so it's kind of like a little theme I have. And I also have my Xbox One X. So if you buy a Japan imported white ceramic white console or the satin silver, there is a few things you need to know. Just to start off with, the button layout on these controllers are different. Now, if you buy the regular US version, you won't have a problem with it. But on these imports, I actually had to figure out because the button layout or the button configuration is completely different. So for enter, you got to hit circle. Instead of X, you hit this. It's kind of reverse. And then to go back, instead of the circle, you hit the square. Makes any sense? But you also still have the functions like the triggers, you know, for the gas and brake or shooting, you know, aiming, shooting. You still have that. The thumbsticks are not affected, whatever. Just these buttons are kind of laid out different. So it's just be aware of that when you buy one of these consoles from overseas. Just be careful that you know how the button layout is on these, because again, you know, for enter, it's gonna be the circle. To go back, it's gonna be square, and the X, I don't know, it's complicated, but the triangle and the X are different, has different functions, so be careful with that. But everything else still works the same as the US version, just only these buttons are different. Also, what I like about these consoles are they're very easy to swap out hard drives. So this particular model is a 80 gigabyte model, which is plenty enough for me because I just do casual gaming. I don't do no heavy gaming or whatever. But yeah, so when I bought this, when I got it, it looks practically brand new. It's like the listing was said it was used, but it was pretty much brand new. So, and it runs quietly, and it works really good. I'm currently playing Need for Speed Shift 2 Unleashed. And that's another thing too. If you buy these consoles, whether it's overseas or wherever, eBay, Amazon, whatever, these can go really cheap. But for new ones, you're still going to pay about $200, $300, maybe $400, depending on where you get it from. And the cool thing about these are the games, which is right there, are very cheap. Whether you buy them like new or used or refurbished or whatever, these games are new. And I'm going to show you. I got a bunch. And I picked up the ones that I used to play when I was growing up. So we got Need for Speed Shift 2, Shift, Dirt 3, Call of Duty Black Ops, and there's more. But they're relatively cheap when it comes to games because you can get a really good deal on a lot of games that are inexpensive, whatever. But for the most part, if you buy them new, you're still going to pay like $20, maybe $25 for a PS3 game. But if you buy them used or like new, you're going to pay less. That's what I did. I bought the not like new condition ones, just because they're a little bit more cheaper. So, but got the 2 USB ports on the bottom, like right down here. Same as always. But that's pretty much it for the console. And playback, now I bought my new 32-inch smart TV. And the cool thing about this is, now this TV is also great because, for one, there for a while, I was using my old TV, which is right behind that stuff right there. It only had one HDMI port, which that kind of sucked because I had the PS4 at the time, and then I had the Xbox One X. So with this TV, this is a Roku TV. It's a 32-inch TV, and the video playback is awesome, and the picture quality is crisp, and I like it because it's kind of like optimized, pretty much. So this TV has 3 HDMI ports, which I like, because now, instead of plugging one HDMI out and put another one in, pull one out, put another one in, I have all 3 of these consoles connected to one TV, which is great. So, and I'll show you too, if I can go back around here. They're connected back there, all the way back there, all 3 of them. And that's really great. So, so now, and then also with the remote, with the Roku TV, I can just, hit HDMI 1, 2, or 3, and I'll switch between consoles. But, so the the PS4 is on HDMI 1, this is on 3, that is on 2. So, that's really great. But, so, if you have one of these laying around, collecting dust, whatever, that's another thing too. If you have one of these, or if you don't have one, but you really want one, you're probably wondering, are they any good for 2021 or 2022? And the answer to that would be yes. Because there's new there's like the Series X and the PS5 that's already out. But these consoles are still good to play, because if you don't want to spend a whole lot of money on a console, this one will get the job done. Also, I have the black version, which I actually bought 2. This one is also a 80 gigabyte, and the same with that one. But are these good? Are these any good to play in 2021? Like I said, yes, because if you want to pay $400, $500 for a console, these would work just fine. Now, if you're on a budget, these will work because, again, they're cost-effective, they're cheap, and the games are cheap as well. So you can get a whole lot of stuff cheap with a PS3 system. And hard drives are relatively cheap as well, too. So, all in all, you're better off getting a PS3. I know it's outdated and old, but they're still good to play because they're great for kids or whoever. They're really great. And the controllers are very responsive, and they're really good. And while we're speaking of controllers, let me go ahead and compare it, if I can get here, to the PS4 controller. You can see the difference. Minus the touchpad that's not on this one. But they all look the same. They're kind of laid out a little bit differently. But all in all, they're really great. So would I recommend one of these in 2021? Absolutely yes, because like I said, they're cheap, cost effective, and they run great. Now, on a side note, you might want to be careful when you buy one of these. And if you're buying them on Amazon, or excuse me, not Amazon, eBay, just be careful because there is a lot of scams out there and a lot of broken consoles. They say they're working, but when you get them, they're actually broken. So it's better to contact the seller and verify it's working by either asking for a short video if it's working or something of that nature. And also what you need to look for when you buy one of these consoles, because I'm really picky about this and I'm kind of like OCD about this. When you buy a console, whether it's new or used, let's just say it's used, if it's on a black console like this, make sure if it's got scratches galore on this and it looks all beat up, it's more likely it's been pretty much used hardcore and it probably won't last as long. Versus this, which it's white, but you can't really see it. But further inspection shows that this is pretty much mint. It's not being hardly used at all. So for the black one, now it might need a little bit cleaned up or whatever. But that's the thing. Be careful when you buy these, because if you buy one of these, say $150, and then you get you order it and it gets to your house, and you plug it up and it starts working for a little bit, and it pretty much dies on you or whatever, you pretty much you pretty much wasted $150 because you pay for a broken console. But if you can fix these consoles, that's great. But if you can't, then that's another thing. So my advice to you is, if you're buying a console, whether it's the US version or the Japan imported version, make sure you look at every photo that the seller provided and ask the seller to provide a short video of the unit working, or read the description closely, because a lot of listings on there will say this item is listed as junk, don't buy it, all that stuff. So just be careful when you buy these kind of consoles, and you'll be fine. I can't really tell you. I mean, when I went on eBay and looked for these consoles, they had a lot on there, and most of them, 50% of them, was either broken or needs repaired, or they looked all scratched up to what. So just be careful when you buy one of these things, and when you get it, make sure you go through a lot of testing. But when I got mine, I made sure I made everything booted up fine, and had to configure it to the US settings, and then play a bunch of games to make sure all the functions work, whatever, and it works just smooth like butter. I haven't really tested the black one yet, but I'm going to. But so yeah, so these are really great for 2021 and 2022 because they're cheap, cost effective, they play good, games are cheap. What more can you ask for? So so that is the Japan imported limited edition PS3 in white. If you have any questions or comments, just leave them down below, and stay tuned for more videos just like this, and hope you enjoy, and you all have a great day. Thanks for watching.